Hello and welcome to the National School Lunch Program and the Child and Adult Care Food Program annual training. This training is sponsored by the Arkansas Department of Education, Division of Elementary and Secondary Education, Office of Early Childhood Food Distribution Unit. In this training, we will introduce you to our team that is over the Child and Adult Care Food Program and the National School Lunch Program for the Food Distribution Unit. We will also show you who your contact person is based on where you are in the state. We will go over the DHS ACDS information website. We will go over ordering foods through the Arkansas Commodity Distribution System, or also known as ACDS. We will talk about Department of Defense Fresh Fruits and Vegetables, or DoD FFV, and how to order these items. And we will also discuss monitoring and record keeping. This is our team that is over the NSLP and the CACFP programs. You are always welcome to call our main phone number at 501-371-1400 or email us at oec.commodities@ade.arkansas.gov. Depending on which side of the state you are on, looking at this map, you can see the blue line going almost down the center of the state. If you are on the left side of that blue line, that is what we call the central western part of the state, and your specialist would be Miss Joy Jett. If you are on the right side of that line, we call that the central eastern part of the state, then you are covered with Miss Christine Jackson. This is the civil rights information that must be provided to all of your workers, and that includes your volunteers. The And Justice for All poster must be visible to all of the participants in the program, not just in a locked office. The new civil rights statement states, in accordance with federal civil rights law and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, civil rights regulations and policies, this institution is prohibited from discriminating on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, including gender identity and sexual orientation, disability, age, or reprisal or retaliation for prior civil rights activity. It goes on to say, this institution is an equal opportunity provider. The entire thing has to be at least on your website, and any of the material you hand out to your participants, it needs to have the little statement, which is this institution is an equal opportunity provider. Let's start by visiting our ACDS information website. You will need to type in DHS ACDS into the search engine. Make sure to save this site to your favorites for easy access. Notice our information site is the first one listed. This is our home screen. To the left, you will notice all the tabs that we will be going over in this video. The first tab is the shipping schedule. This gives you the date of when all of your school deliveries will take place each month. The times will be between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. You will have a calendar in ACDS to post all school closing dates that we will talk about a little later. If you scroll down, underneath sub-agent, we have the schools listed in alphabetical order so that you may have an easier time finding when your delivery date will be. The next tab we have is food availability. In this section, we have 5 items to review that are very helpful. First is the helpful information for next month's deliveries. This sheet is updated twice a month, on the 15th and at the end of the month. Pay close attention to the inventory in the warehouse. This is what is available to you. The estimated inventory is the expected shipments that should arrive. Next, we have expected USDA foods for school year 2023. These are the foods that Commodity Distribution Unit has already ordered and when they should be available, but things happen. Everything in yellow are bonus items and are free to you. These items do not count towards your PALS dollars. The next area is USDA Foods Available List school year 2022-23. These are all the foods USDA has available for commodities. If you see something on this list that we did not order, please call our unit and let us know. We will ask other schools if they would like these items as well. If we get enough interest, we may be able to order the items. The next link we're going to talk about is Where's My Truck customer number. This is where you will find a list of all the customer numbers. Your school is listed in alphabetical order. Scroll down to your school, look over to the right and see your customer number. You will need this number for the next link, which is Where's My Truck? This is where you can get an estimated time of delivery, but only on the day of the scheduled delivery. So you would type in your customer ID number, the delivery date, and click Submit. Again, this is only on the day of delivery. Our next tab we're going to look at is all USDA links. The first link we come to is USDA Connect with the Chef. This link provides recipes that you can use at home or at school. The next links we have is USDA fact sheets for schools and institutes. This gives you the nutritional value and the allergen information on items of commodity. The next tab is the USDA Healthy School Meals Resource System, and it is not working at this time, and neither is the USDA Emergency Food Assistance Program. So we will move on to the National Food Service Management Institute. This link has articles about health and nutrition. The next link we have is Favors Web Ordering Manual. If you participate in the DoD Fresh Fruits and Vegetables, you will need to make sure that you download this Favors Customer Ordering Manual and have it handy. We will discuss later in the training on how to order. The next link we have is the Favors website on where to order. USDA will give you your login information so that you're able to log into the system and begin ordering your favors. Last but not least, on this tab, we have Product Safety Resources. This gives all the training from USDA that is available. The next tab we have is the ACDS Commodity System. This is where you will order all of your foods from commodities. Make sure to save this as one of your favorites. We will discuss exactly how to order a little later in the training. Our next tab is the Commodity Newsletter. This is where you can see what percent of your budget you have used in fresh fruits and vegetables, which is here at the top. The next link is where you can see your budget use for National School Lunch Program and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. Now, the next tab that we're going to talk about may be one of the most important for you, and that's the commodities form. First we have up is the DoD Fresh Fruits and Vegetables New User Form. This form is for current participants to gain access to their account. The next form we have is the DoD Fresh Fruits and Vegetables Delivery Days. These are the days of the week that participants will be getting their foods from the DoD Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. Again, it's only for the ones who participate. The recipient agency contract addendum. This contract must be updated every 5 years or sooner if change in child nutrition director or superintendent. The next link is the update and request for access. If there is a change in the child nutrition director and or the superintendent, this form must be filled out to gain access to your ACDS system. Again, if there is a change in the child nutrition director or the superintendent, you must fill out this form to gain access to your ACDS system. The next form we have is the daily temperature log. This is just an example, or you are able to use this if you do not have your own. But this is where you would keep up with your temperature of your walk-in cooler or your freezer or your refrigerator or your dry storage, and this has to be done daily. Even at Christmas, spring break, Thanksgiving week, or the summer, as long as you have commodity foods at your facility, in your walk-in cooler, in your freezer, your refrigerator, or your dry storage areas, you have to do a temperature check daily. Now, we do not count the weekends, but Monday through Friday, absolutely. Next link, or next form we have, is the USDA Food Loss Report. Anytime you notice that your food has gone bad, damaged, or anything like that, you have to notify us within 24 hours. You will fill out this form, and then all the documentation that states down here at the bottom must be filled in within 10 days. So the Health Department Destruction Report, the Letter of Circumstances, which includes these 3 items, the repair invoice if the equipment failure, temperature logs, police report if there was a theft, insect and rodent control. We do have to see all of that documentation within 10 days. But you've got 24 hours to give us a call and let us know, and we will tell you what to do with the food. What we usually ask is that when you call us, put that food to the side and place a hold on it until we're able to tell you what to do. The next form we have is the food transfer form. If you see you are not able to utilize all of your commodity food, please contact us so we can transfer food to another facility or agency. The next form we have is the USDA Food Inventory Report. It is a spreadsheet that can be downloaded to help with keeping inventory in your kitchen. Now the Warehouse Receiving Report. This is for agencies that get direct shipments. You will need to turn this form in along with the bill of lading to us within 48 hours of delivery. Again, this is only for participants and agencies that get direct shipments. The food complaint form. In the event there are items in the food, once you've opened the container and you see that there are objects or that are found in the commodities food, you will need to set all the food aside and call us immediately. You will then need to fill out this form, making sure to take pictures of items. We ask that you place the items beside a quarter or a ruler so that we can see the size of the objects. And then we will tell you what to do. Then we have the credit memo process steps. After you have placed your order in ACDS system, the agency delivery report is generated, reflecting what the commodity office intended to have delivered. Have the agency delivery report with you when the delivery truck arrives. Count the correct amount in items ordered. Do not accept items that are not on your list. Check for damage, overage, shortage, mispick, or errors. Note the discrepancies or problems on your invoice and agency delivery report. There should also be a total of 4 signatures on the invoice, which includes the truck driver's initials at the bottoms, the child nutrition director's signature at the bottom, and then the driver and the child nutrition director's signatures have to be where the discrepancies are noted. And remember, you have within 2 business days to email, fax this form along with the agency delivery report to the commodity distribution unit so that we can give you credit. And the National School Lunch Delivery notification. When your USDA food delivery is scheduled as a recipient agency of USDA Foods, it is your responsibility to notify our office If you find discrepancies between the items listed on the ACDS agency invoice and the Tankersley invoice. So you have to notify our office, but these are the steps for that. Then, if you participate in the fresh fruits and vegetables, this is some information that you may want to see. Now, to make sure that you use 50% of your budget, or it will get transferred to another school by December. And then trainings. We have trainings on our website. If you have not had your civil rights training, we have that posted. If you participate in processing, we have a tracking your dollars and pounds. The training booklet for NSLP is on here as well. But we will have all of our trainings listed on this tab. So now we will go over the rest of the training. Let's talk about ordering your commodity food. You will have to go through our Arkansas Commodity Distribution System. You can pause the video and click the link below. Please make sure to save this as one of your favorites because you will be ordering food at least once a week. Once you have logged into the ACDS system, you will be brought to the home screen. Please make sure to read all the important messages on the home screen. If you are participating in the DoD Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program and have any issues with Favor's website, ordering, delivery, service, or support, please contact one of the commodity specialists. Now we're going to go over some important information on each tab. We're going to start with entity and agency. The agency screen will have the contact information of the superintendent and the child nutrition director. Make sure emergency numbers are current and are your personnel numbers. We will only contact your emergency number if there is an emergency, such as natural disasters, or you are needing to be reached about your inventory or deliveries. The next thing we will discuss under entity is sub-agent. This screen has the information for the state warehouse to contact the child nutrition director and see the delivery locations. Make sure this screen is correct. If you see any issues or the contact information is incorrect, please make the changes, print out the screen, and send it to us. Your changes will not be saved. Only the Commodity Distribution Unit has the access to make these changes official. The next tab we will learn about will be the Commodity tab. We will start with Commodity Request. The screen that pops up is your search for commodity request. Leave the year that is defaulted, which is the current school year. Then you're going to select the program type. If you are a school, you will keep it as school, or if you are CACFP, you will change that to CACFP. The group type, you will click Basic. Here is where your order product desired. Then once you enter all that information, you're going to click Next. This is your go-to screen. This is your account summary for the year. You have your beginning PALS dollars, how much you have in shipments orders, how much you have received, how much, if you are participating in processing, what you have on order, how much processing you have received, your credit memos, your PAL availability at the end. This is also where you will order your PALs or your bonus items. And this is where you will do your local inventory. as well. You will keep up with that. So your beginning PALs is the amount available before any orders are placed. Your shipments on order are direct shipped orders placed. Your shipments received are direct shipped orders that are received. Your basic foods on order are current basic foods on order, including back order status. Basic foods received, ordered foods received from the warehouse. Processing on order, orders placed with processor using USDA foods. Processing received, orders received from the processor, and the PAL available is the remaining balance available for future orders. Now note, we are operating on a 10-month ordering schedule. This screen just shows you all the approved Arkansas commodity processors for the school year of 2023. So on your same account summary page, when you look at the bottom, you will see a tab for PAL or for bonus. For PAL, you will then be able to order all of your commodities. The annual use is just a placeholder. If nothing in the field, it will not be able to order the item. The back order status, if you click yes, if selected, it allows unavailable items to be delivered when received in the warehouse. So make sure, so under the month, you'll actually place how many you need. But the annual use, you must put in how much is annual use, just an estimate. You can always change that. But if you don't have anything in the annual use, you will not be able to order. So make sure you have an annual use and then be able to order whatever you need under the month. And then again, back order status, if you select yes, it allows unavailable items to be delivered when received in the warehouse. And then at the bottom of this page, you will click Save. So this is an example of your perpetual inventory. To find this, at the top of your annual summary page, where it says Local Inventory, you will click on Local Inventory and click Go. Then this page will come up. You will need to enter your inventory information, the cases on hand, the cases received, the cases used, and it will do a balance of cases on hand. You will need to do this for each month. To add a commodities is where you would go down to the bottom and add a commodities. So again, to add a commodities, underneath your ordering, you would click on add the commodity. Then you would type in the code, the pack size, the commodity name, the cases you have on hand, the cases received, and then you click Save. Anytime you are receiving a delivery, please make sure to print out the agency delivery report. And it can be found under the tab Reports, then Agency Delivery Report. You will need to leave the year to the default. Then you will need to make sure the warehouse says All. Inventory type, if you are a school, you will have school. If you are CACFP, you will have CACFP in the inventory type. Then you will click Next. You will then click on which delivery report you are needing by clicking Select next to it. The agency delivery report will be the items you received in your delivery. If there's a discrepancy, you will need to follow the credit memo process. The items on your report should match your Tankersley invoice, and you should only accept what you ordered. You can see that the code, the description, how many you ordered, the price, and if they were bonus items. If there's a discrepancy, again, make sure to follow the credit memo process. Also under the Reports tab, you will find school closings. Make sure to put all of your school closings in. This is mandatory and must be completed in order for our state warehouse to deliver to your areas efficiently. Only mark your closing dates and dates that you are unavailable to accept deliveries. This is to help Tankersley's schedule upcoming deliveries in your area. Since we are not allowed a login for the fresh fruits and vegetables system, we are going to have to go through the customer ordering manual with you guys to show you how to order items on the fresh fruits and vegetables. As we discussed previously in this training, on the ACDS information website is where you would go for the Favors Web Ordering Manual. This is the program that is the Department of Defense Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. And what FAVOR stands for is Fresh Fruits and Vegetables Order Receipt System. You will need to download the manual. It is 63 pages, so you may not want to print it all out. And that's going to help you how to set up your account, how to order your items, those type of things. And then you have the home page where you could just click and sign in. And all of this is under the USDA links. So here's the table of contents to the manual. We are going to look at 4 items today, which is the Favors login, the orders, the receipting requirements, and the catalog. This is the login screen of where you will be ordering your favors, your fresh fruits and vegetables from the DoD. USDA will assign you a login and password. This is the customer homepage. Once you have logged into the Favors website, this page will pull up. It will say welcome and your school name. This will tell you how to place new orders up here under orders. This will tell you how to use reports and where the catalog is, and those are things that we will look at. And always confirm that the customer organization before entering any transaction. So make sure it says welcome your name. If this is not correct, click switch in the upper right corner. If available, to select a different profile or contact the DLA account specialist or the Favors help desk for assistance. So again, if this does not say your name over here, welcome your school district, and you cannot switch up here at the top right, then you will need to contact the specialist or the Favors help desk. Once you click on the catalog tab, you will be brought to a page that looks like this screen. These are all the foods available for that week. You may want to check the page weekly, but you must remember your minimum order per delivery is $150. To place a new order from the customer home page, you're going to select Place a New Order link under the Orders menu. If you are anywhere else in the Favors website, you will go to the tab that says Place a New Order. So if you are the Child Nutrition Director for a specific school district and you have multiple school buildings, your district customer name will be there at the top, and then the customer, you will have a drop-down box that lists all of your schools within your district, and you will need to pick which school that you are ordering for. Your next step in ordering will be to pick a delivery date. So what delivery date do you want? Once you have selected the date, then you click on the Go Shopping button. Now I noticed this slide says that the minimum order for this vendor is $199, but for Arkansas it is $150. Once the available items pop up, you will then put your case quantity beside each item that you are wanting to order. When going back over your cart, just to make sure that everything is correct and you notice a change, please click Update Cart. When all items and quantities to be ordered are in the shopping cart, select Proceed to Checkout at the bottom of the screen. Now, once you receive your order, you are going to have to go in to the customer homepage and edit your receipts every week. You must do this before you can order for next week. How to edit receipt is go into customer homepage, select the edit receipts link under the order menu, or if you are within the favors website, you can select edit receipts in the green menu on the left. Your receipt will pop up showing you everything that you ordered. For each item, you need to confirm or update the quantity received. By default, the values in the case receipt quantity column match what was ordered. To make changes to the quantity received for specific items, one, you will need to update the value in the case receipt quantity column. And then two, you will need to choose a reason the receipt quantity difference. So in the event you ordered 30 cases of the oranges and you only got 29 cases of oranges, you are going to need to put why there was a difference. That you did not receive all of your items, or there was a defective item, something like that. But that's how you're going to edit your receipts. In order to find out if your school participates in DoD favors, you will need to visit the DHS ACDS informational website. There you will click on the link that says SY 2024. You will then see a list of everyone who participates along with the requested amount. Just remember, after December 16th, fresh fruits and vegetable funds will be redistributed if you have not used at least 50%. The Food Distribution Unit will review and provide technical assistance to recipient agencies in key areas of the program. This includes record keeping, storage procedures and practices, allocations and utilizations of USDA foods, and processing of USDA foods. Records must be available when requested. Records must be maintained on-site and retained for 5 years plus the current year. In those records, you have to have agreements, your health inspections, daily temperature logs, monthly pest control logs, addendums, commodity perpetual inventory, food transfer, warehouse receiving, food loss, food complaints, update and request for access, and all of your invoices. So if you do not remember us talking about the DHS ACDS informational website with all the commodity forms, here is just a quick reminder where they can be found. Here is a list of all the commodity forms that can be found on our informational website. You have the recipient agency contract addendum, update and change report, receiving report for direct shipment, your daily temperature log, pest inspection, food transfer form, food loss form, food complaints form, and evaluation form. This is what the recipient agency contract addendum looks like. This will need to be filled out anytime there is a change in the child nutrition director or in the superintendent. This is an example of the USDA food storage daily temperature log. Again, this is just an example, and you can use your own form, but it must be daily temperature log for each of the areas that you use for USDA foods, such as a walk-in cooler, a freezer, a refrigerator, or the dry storage area. And at the bottom, it says the recommended temperatures. For frozen, 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below. For cooler, between 32 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the dry storage area, it must be between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, these are daily temperature readings, and you must keep all records for 5 years plus the current year. This is an example of a pest inspection log, or you can just keep a folder of your monthly invoices from whichever pest inspector you use. This is the food transfer form. In the event you notice that you have an abundance of an item and you will not be using that in the time allowed, you can contact the Arkansas DHS Commodity Distribution Unit and tell us, and we can find a place for it to go. If you notice on here at the bottom, it does say that the Arkansas DHS Commodity Distribution Unit requires pre-approval to transfer commodities from one agency to another. This is the food loss report. If you have expired foods, bulging or rusted cans, you will have a food loss. We must be notified of this loss, and you will have to fill out this information, including the address of your food loss and the date and time of the loss. You must put the USDA code, item description, how many cases, size of case. Sometimes there is a pack date that is listed on the box or stamped on cans, and then the date you received the item. We need to know the reason for the loss, for example, equipment failure, old food, or stolen food. Other documentation is required when reporting a food loss. This includes the Health Department Destruction Report, a letter of circumstances that must be submitted on all claims and must be on the agency's letterhead. The circumstances surrounding the loss may include condition of the foods upon receipt, temperature of the foods upon receipt, description of the storage, shelving, pallet, away from the wall, adequate space allowed, storage temperatures within range as specified by USDA, and if the facility was locked. If there was an equipment failure, we need to have a repair invoice. We also need temperature logs. If it was theft, we need a copy of the police report. And if the food was infested with bugs, we need the inspection and rodent control records. Out of condition USDA foods are no longer fit for human consumption as a result of spoilage, contamination, infestation, adulteration, or damage. The intent of the Food Distribution Unit is to protect innocent people from consuming contaminated food. Damaged or out of condition commodities must be inspected and disposed of by local or state health authorities, who will provide the recipient agency with a destruction report, which must be promptly furnished to the Food Distribution Unit. This is the food complaint form. This is what you would use in the event you have foreign objects in your food. This is just the second page of the complaint report. And so make sure that you have everything filled out. And the bottom part is for the Commodity Distribution Unit to use. This is the agency receiving report from USDA Direct Shipment. This is a form that schools participating in direct shipment will send along with their invoices. This is an example of an invoice that you would receive that would need to accompany that agency receiving report. This is when the truck driver comes to your facility and drops off your items. You need to make note that you have gotten all of your items. If there is something that is wrong, like a package is damaged, you need to report that here on the delivery receipt. If you notice that you ordered 2 cases and you only got 1 case, again, whoever takes in the shipment needs to mark that on this invoice. And the driver will initial at the bottom, and you will need to sign at the bottom as well. But the truck driver also will need to sign beside all of the notes that you have made, like the can of green beans that were damaged, anything like that. They will need to sign noting that they do notice that these are damaged or that a case is missing. But you cannot leave there unless the truck driver has acknowledged that there is something wrong with the delivery. Now, when you go in to your invoices and you notice some discrepancies, you will need to contact the Commodity Distribution Unit immediately so that we can do a credit memo on your behalf. Again, if you notice any discrepancies within the system and what you have on hand that you had the truck driver sign, we need to know those immediately. Thank you for taking time to view this training. If you have any questions about this training or any of our other trainings we provide, please call our unit at 501-371-1400, or you can always contact your program specialist. Have a great day. In order to receive a certificate of completion, you must complete the quiz. The quiz link can be found in the description of this video. You must pass with a 70% or higher. Once that is done, we will email you a certificate of completion within 5 to 7 days.